I'm told Rahul Gandhi, the Vice President of the Congress, is speaking in New Delhi right now, along with ministers of the cabinet. Let's listen in.
आप सब लोगों का स्वागत है। आज की यह प्रेस वार्ता लोकपाल विधेयक के ऊपर है, जो कि संसद के अंदर कुछ समय से लंबित है। मैं अनुरोध करूंगा श्री चिदम्बरम जी से कि वो इस के ऊपर अपनी बात को रखें।
Good evening to all of you. This is about the Lokpal Bill. As all of you are aware, this has gone through a very checkered history. We had passed a Lokpal Bill in the Lok Sabha. It was passed after extensive debate, and all the political parties, including the principal opposition party, supported the bill, and a version emerged out of the Lok Sabha. That bill was sent to the Rajya Sabha. Ordinarily, that bill should have been passed in the Rajya Sabha too, maybe with one or two slight changes, but usually a bill passed in the Lok Sabha is passed in the Rajya Sabha too. And it was our expectation that the bill will be passed in the Rajya Sabha. However, the bill was referred to a select committee. Government accepted that position. It went to a select committee. The select committee has now reported a redrafted bill. This is called the Lokpal and Lok Ayukta's bill, as reported by the select committee of Rajya Sabha. Now, government has looked into that bill. Government has made only 2 or 3 changes in the draft reported by the select committee, and the Minister of State for Personnel has moved official amendments. Otherwise, we have broadly stood by the version reported by the select committee. Now, one would expect that this bill is passed in the Rajya Sabha. And I'm willing to explain to you the provisions of the bill if you need to know. But this bill balances the interests of the government servant or the public servant, the interests of the investigating agency, the interests of the prosecuting agency, and it recognizes the preeminence of the Lokpal. We believe there is broad consensus on the bill. Even on the 2 or 3 issues on which government has moved an amendment, we believe there is a consensus. And we think that this bill should be passed. This bill acknowledges the preeminence of the Lokpal. It gives the Lokpal the powers that are required to have an effective Lokpal. It gives the Lokpal power to investigate, power to prosecute. It leaves the matter under the control of the Lokpal until it reaches a logical conclusion. There's nothing in the bill which in any way erodes the authority of a Lokpal as we want a Lokpal to be. At the same time, the bill acknowledges that a government servant or a public servant must be presumed innocent until proved guilty, and therefore builds in provisions that protect the government servant, in the sense that he must be heard. At every stage when action is taken against the government servant, he must have an opportunity of being heard. That is the very minimum of the principles of natural justice. That has been built into the provisions. It gives powers of an independent investigating agency to the Lokpal, its own prosecution powers. So by and large, I think this bill reflects all that this nation has debated over the last several months, and all that is expected to be in a bill that creates and empowers a Lokpal.